We're going to take a quick tour of our MSC Yacht Club Deluxe Balcony Suite on MSC Seascape. This is the MSC Yacht Club Deluxe Suite. And we're going to start at the front door. First of all, we got 3 hooks, which are really nice. Didn't even have to use my magnetic hooks on this trip. There is a little key card for the electronics in the room. And unlike every cruise ship we've been on, this one actually does require that you use a room key. On other ships, I've been able just to put a business card in there and get it to work, but not here. This switch turns all of the lights on or off in the suite. Here we've got a do not disturb and a make up the room light. Those show up on the outside of the suite. I'm going to call it a suite. We have a full-length mirror right here with a little glass table. This is usually where I set my cap and my sunglasses when I come in. You could probably store a rollaway bag there or something, or a backpack. If we go on into the room, you can just kind of see what the room looks like. I'm just going to walk through, and then we'll come back and start back at the front of the room, show you what it looks like. I've got the drapes closed right now so that the light doesn't get messed up. But you can get an idea of what the room looks like. Okay, right here, I'll come back to the bathroom later. Right here is a closet. There's 2 closets in the room, or 2 wardrobes. One is in the front of the stateroom or the suite, and the other one is at back at the, I call it the back, the outside wall. Okay, Ricky's going to open this door here. You can see there is a light that comes on. It's kind of motion sensitive. You get the wooden hangers. And this closet goes all the way across. So you've got a full-size closet, top to bottom, little shelf down there for shoes or whatever you want to put down there. And then there's a shelf on top for other items. These are not as soft close as I would expect. As you can see, you can kind of slam them shut if you're not careful. We'll do it. A little disappointed in that. Okay, let's just walk on through this side of the room. We've got a espresso machine, coffee maker here. They do provide you with pods. There's a couple of shelves down here for other items. A very large desk area with a chair. Now this chair was over in front of the couch on the other side of that table, and that little cube was underneath here, but we swapped them because I'm more comfortable sitting in this chair. I do a lot of work at the desk. It is a comfortable chair. It's got a big mirror up here. And you can see now, this is the way we've lived in the room now for about 4 or 5 days. I think this is day 5. So you're seeing everything we have out where we normally have it. This is the chair. There are 2 large drawers. We keep our daily planners in here. There's a laundry bag. Some breakfast menus. Here they've got some more of the breakfast order menus. One thing very surprising on the room service breakfast menu, we noticed last night, they have almost everything on the menu, but they don't have eggs. So you can't get eggs delivered, I guess, to your stateroom with room service, which is rather unusual. There's another large drawer here, which I keep all of our electronics. There's a hair dryer that's kind of captive. It's plugged in here, so you have to use it right here at this area. The drawers are soft close. And there is a trash can down below. Moving on over this area, just some more of our electronics. This is a light switch for the desk. This is a US style outlet that we have an adapter plugged into with multiple, like my MacBook Pros plugged in here. It's got some USB ports. Not very many USB ports in this suite. I keep wanting to call it a stateroom because to me it's more of a stateroom than a suite, and I'll explain that later. 2 USB-A ports here, and that's why we have so much stuff piled up over here, because there are no USB ports. Oh, there's one USB port on one side of the bed. On the other side of the bed, there's no USB, no AC power, nothing. So here we've got 2 European style power outlets, which we have another one of our adapters plugged into that has several USB ports. We have the telephone. This is just some information about our butler and how to contact him. We have 2 more shelves down here. There is a champagne bucket down here, but we were disappointed to learn when we checked in they don't provide, you don't walk in and have champagne ice down in the suite when you get here. They advertise that in some places, but we didn't get it. In this cabinet, you've got a pull out with some coffee cups, all of your coffee pods, spoons, sugar, sweeteners. And then down below you've got some, looks like champagne flutes, even though there's no bottle of champagne. Now you can request a bottle of champagne or a bottle of spirits from a limited selection, I might add. We chose the Belvedere vodka, and I will put on the screen the list of items they offer. Next to this is the mini bar, which is actually pretty cold, and they will stock it with whatever you want. We have an ice bucket in there right now, but if I asked for Michelob Ultra and they gave me way more than I would ever drink, if you want soft drinks, and it's all included. Unlike the retreat on Celebrity, MSC Yacht Club does include the minibar drinks. Okay, above this cabinet is the television. It's a large TV. I have not measured it, and I will show you in the video the programming. It's pretty limited programming, mostly in, shipboard type programming as opposed to TV and movies. And the movies you have to pay for here. They're not included. This is the second closet. I'm going to get the light to come on. It also is a full-length closet. I have my backpack down there. And there is a little, like a shoe valet with a shoehorn and things down there. On this side is where you've got the dresser with all your drawers. These are soft closed drawers, which is nice. There's a safe, but it's pretty small. You're not going to be able to put a laptop in there. And then there's a large shelf up above where you can put more storage. There's pretty good storage in this suite. Once again, I wish these were a little bit quieter closing. Okay, let's go to the other side of the suite. Of course, these are the curtains, and they have a blackout curtain behind these decorative curtains, and it really does keep it nice and dark in here at night. There is some artwork above this. I call it a love seat. Maybe it's a small sofa. There is a coffee table here that you could use for in-room dining. I'm not sure if this chrome finish was a good idea because it gets really scratched up. As you can see there's a lot of wear on it. I think they probably should have used a different material. This sofa in this suite will make into a bed. We haven't done it because we don't need it, but it does do it. There's like a little decorative divider here. The reason I hesitate to call this a suite, I might call it a mini suite, is because when I think of a suite, I think of a segregated, like a curtain here or something where somebody could sit here on this side, maybe watch TV or get some work done while the other person's in bed sleeping. To me, that is more of a suite where you have an actual separate living space. So I'm going to call this, in my vocabulary, this would be a mini suite. But they call it a suite, so we'll go with their wording. This is the king size bed. It's actually 2 twin beds. I find the bed to be relatively comfortable. Ricky does not find it to be comfortable at all. It's kind of a memory foam. Feels good when you first get in, but after 8 hours your back might hurt. Just depends on your sleeping habits. There's this little, I don't know what you call this at the end of the bed, place where you can sit and put on your socks or your shoes. All it does is I kind of trip over it at night if I need to get up and go to the bathroom. Also, there are no night lights in this room. So there's no floor lighting. So when you get out of bed, you're pretty much in the dark if you need to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Okay, let's take a look over here. We've got, these are just decorative items they put on this shelf. The lighting in the room is really nice. They do a lot of LED lighting. I think it looks classy. I kind of like this dark gray ceiling. Even though it might make the room feel a little smaller, I think it looks pretty classy. The headboard is kind of a soft padded leather surface. We did get some extra pillows brought in. Little branding here on the sheets, which is nice, embroidered. There is a pillow menu that you can, we didn't get one. Some people say they got to see it and place their order for their pillows before they boarded the ship. We got on so late. I mean, we booked our cruise like 2 weeks before the ship sailed, so I think it could be because we booked so late we didn't get that pillow menu. But we did go down to the concierge, which there is a concierge for the yacht club. They showed us the pillow menu and we got to pick some additional pillows. Now, every evening at turn down, and even during the day, they'll put a glass here, nice touch, with bottled water. The bottled water is included in the price of the cruise. This is the single USB-A port. It's the only one near the bed. This switch will turn off all the lights in the stateroom except for the desk light. You have to turn that off at the desk. This right here, a very nice light fixture. I think it looks nice. I was feeling underneath to see if there might be any other USB ports, but there's not. And then this is the little reading light that you can direct however you want to. These end tables are pretty substantial. They have nice, and they're soft clothes, but they're pretty good size. I keep my pajamas down there. Let's go over to the other side of the bed. And there's some additional artwork, little humpback whale. Now Ricky uses the slippers, so she's got those by her bed. And as you can see, just a light switch. No USB ports, no AC power. When we asked our butler what if we needed AC power, like for a CPAP machine or something, he told us there's no way to do it. He said there's no way we can get power to these tables. I find that hard to believe. You'd let me know if you stayed in the MSC Yacht Club in a deluxe balcony and you have a CPAP machine, what did you do? Because I've read some people online, even on the MSC website, it says you may need to bring your own extension cord, but I don't know where you'd plug it in. I don't know if there's a plug back behind this bed, but our butler didn't know anything about it if there is. Again, the switch is here for the lights. There is no USB on this fixture that I can see. So there's no USB over here, no AC power, so you can't use a USB adapter. To me, that is a fail. I think in this day and age, and it'd be very easy to swap out that light switch with a light switch USB combo like they have over here, because there's already power going to that switch, so it's not that big of a deal to put a USB port over here on this bed. Yeah, another nice little touch is the wainscoting halfway up the wall here. Adds a little classy look. These are metal walls, so if you have magnetic hooks or magnets you want to put on the wall, you can. This is one of the two thermostats. It doesn't let you pick a temperature, but you can go warmer or cooler, and it seems to work pretty well. There's another thermostat over here on this wall, and I'm assuming that this thermostat controls this HVAC unit up here, and then this is the one for the rest of the room. I'm assuming that each thermostat controls each one of those. It's the first stateroom this size where I've seen two thermostat controls in the same room. I do like the fact the way the air comes out of these vents up here. The last time I stayed on an MSC ship, the air came out up here and it blew right on my head as I was trying to sleep at night. I actually had to get up and put a towel covered up because it was going to give me a headache. Okay, now let's check out the bathroom. Oh, and there's also a little cube that was under the desk. We just moved it over here, but you can have it under the desk and use the chair over here if you choose. The door goes all the way from top to bottom, which is nice. Doesn't have that 2 or 3 inch gap that some cruise ships have under the door. This door, fairly quiet, and if you hold the handle, you can, if you get up in the middle of the night, you can close it very quietly so you don't wake somebody up. I like that. Light switches out here for the bathroom. Now the bathroom's a pretty good size. It's pretty decent. And it's got this pretty large vanity area. It's a little narrow on this end down here. We had to ask for additional washcloths because when we checked in, and for the first 2 days, there was only one washcloth in the bathroom. I don't know why. There are 2 shelves, one right above the other, and they're pretty good size. They hold quite a bit. Down here, this is my hairbrush. You've got a vanity kit, a shower cap, 2 shower caps. They do give you body lotion and hand soap. Here is another, like a soap dish, but they do not give you bar soap, which to me is another fail. I like a bar of soap. Put in the comments down below, let me know, do you like bar soap or do you prefer the liquid soap? I like a bar soap. This marble, I'm not exactly sure how old this ship is, but this marble back here is really etched. Needs to be polished or something. It really does not look good. It looks dirty, but it's not. It's just etched. I don't know if that's from somebody putting a bar of soap there or what caused that. It's one large sink, not 2, and then you've got places here for your toothbrushes. Ricky has one on a magnet, just sticks to the wall right there. And they do have a makeup mirror, but it's not lighted, and Ricky would say that's a fail. This should be a lighted makeup mirror. Once again, the branding is on point. They've got the towels embroidered with the Yacht Club logo. And then of course you've got the toilet, which is not a soft close toilet lid. Another fail. I've been on mainstream cruise lines in regular staterooms now that have soft closed toilet lids, and there's no excuse in the yacht club for those not to be soft close. But it's not a deal killer. And the toilet itself is pretty loud. I mean, at 2 in the morning, that's going to wake somebody up. Okay, this is the shower, and it is large. It's a good size shower. I guess 2 people could fit in there at a time. There is a rain shower head up above and a wand over here. They do provide conditioner, shower gel, and shampoo. The controls are pretty easy to figure out, and the shower gets very hot. I also love that they provide a seat in the shower, and there's also a little tray over here. I keep my razor over there. Ricky keeps a couple of her things in there, and then you've got the little clothesline to dry off your bathing suits or whatever, and a glass door, not a shower curtain. Shower gets a big thumbs up. I think they did a good job with the shower. There are 2 hooks on the back of the bathroom door, and they do provide robes which are branded once again with the Yacht Club logo. Very nice. Other than the toilet lid seat, I think it's pretty nice. There's also some shelves under here. There's a couple of little shelves. They have an extra roll of toilet paper there. You can see they store a lot of stuff under here. If they didn't use it for Kleenex and toilet paper, you could actually use that. They do provide a box of Kleenex or tissues. A lot of cruise lines don't do that anymore. And then over here under the sink, there's some shelves. Ricky keeps a couple of her little trays here with cosmetics in it. So overall, I'd say we give the bathroom probably an 8 or 9 out of 10. Pretty nice. Now let's go take a look at the balcony. Oh, and by the way, I did measure this room using my laser measuring tool. I come up with 267 square feet for this mini suite, not including the balcony. I did measure the balcony, and it measured 88 square feet. So let's go outside and take a look. Balcony is a good size. It's very deep. There's actually room out here for a couple of loungers. It'd be nice if they would offer that. I find the balcony furniture to be a bit cheap. I think they could do a better job with this furniture. At least have a reclining balcony chair with maybe a little footrest or something. The balcony itself is nice. It's big. I'm just not too crazy about the furnishings. Let me go up top, see if I can get a little better angle for you. It was pretty good size. Bigger than most balconies that we've had, even in mini suites. I'd say the balcony is larger and more spacious. Now the balcony door, if it's open, it will turn off your air conditioner, and you lock it by pushing this down, and you have a secondary kind of a security lock up here. Flip that in and it locks it down. So that is a walkthrough of our Deluxe Balcony Suite in the MSC Yacht Club. Overall, it's a very comfortable place to be. Everything seems to work pretty well, and it's very quiet. This has been a very quiet room. We have not heard any of our neighbors. We don't hear anything coming from the outside or down the hall. It's just been very, very peaceful and quiet and comfortable. Wish the bed was a little more comfortable. It's a nice bed. I think most people are going to love this bed because it's kind of that memory foam top thing. We just have a problem with it, and that's a personal preference thing. So basically that's it. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below in the comment section. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you on the next Cruise Report review.